Last night, a local police chief expressing concern over a new state law that requires law enforcement to get approval to use so-called military equipment. He says the specifics of the law could make it tougher to use life-saving devices.
CBS 13's Laura Hafley is live outside the Lincoln Police Department to explain all this. Laura?
Now, the Lincoln Police Department is very small. You can actually kind of tell that just by looking at the building here. There's not a lot of police officers, and they don't have a lot of equipment, which makes what they do have extremely important to protecting lives. That's what the police chief tells us here. He says this new law could get in the way of doing that.
My priority is to save lives.
Chief Matt Alves oversees 30 Lincoln police officers and a small fleet of cop cars and equipment. Lincoln PD rely heavily on their less than lethal weapons, but a new law now requires departments to get military equipment approved by their governing bodies, in Lincoln PD's case, the city council, before it's allowed to use the equipment. And you might be surprised what military equipment consists of. For example, this less than lethal beanbag shotgun and simply a drone like this one.
The breadth of the type of items that are included under military equipment is a bit excessive.
What doesn't fall under military equipment? Handguns. So what if City Council decides not to approve the less than lethal equipment now considered military grade? Let's say City Council chooses not to approve the use of this less than lethal pepper ball gun. Your department is left with your lethal firearms.
Yes, if we have a council that does not want us to have this, then we have very limited options to resolve the situation. Sometimes that can be up into including lethal force.
Lincoln City Council did approve all equipment Chief Alves presented during a city council meeting this week, only after he was questioned by council members and the public.
Just curious, is there a special location to safely store these items?
In the police department, we do have secure lockups for this equipment.
If a city just weren't aware of how well they can be used to protect life, then that law enforcement agency wouldn't be able to own those devices.
Chief Alves tells us he agrees with the intention behind this new law, including preventing police departments from becoming too over-militarized. He just would like the military equipment aspect of it to be a little bit more specific. Now, as for the protocol behind this law, departments like Lincoln, they're going to have to get these pieces of equipment approved annually, and if they don't, of course, they won't be able to use them.